I will say a few words about first Sridhar sir. His film is In Our World. This film is a document the lives of the three autistic children to unveil their life reality, their daily negotiations and trials. It's about the children and it's documentary. So sir will speak about it. And the next film is Pinki Elli. Where is Pinky? It's about children, but it's a kind of drama, thriller, and it's a urban setup. Film like Bindu and Girish are a typical middle class working couple in any kind of city like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, something like that. And we have with us Gunjalamma. She has worked in that film. अगर आप लोगों ने ये फिल्म देखी होगी वेयर इज पिंकी या पिंकी इल्ली, तो उसमें आपने मेड का रोल किया है. एंड शी विल स्पीक इन कन्नड़ा. If anyone knows here Kannada, he or she may ask the question in Kannada. But otherwise, Hindi and English you can ask, and sir will translate in Hindi or English, whatever you like. So now I request Mr. Sridhar sir to speak something about his film. And
Good morning to everybody. I'd like to first
sir mic थोड़ा देख लेंगे. बटन है सर. Yes.
Is it on now? Yeah, thank you. First of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank three children whose story is being told through this film. Three autistic children who, without speaking, has spoken a lot, which has given all of us the recognition, the team the recognition, and brought us to the stage. Second of all, I'd like to thank the parents. They actually allowed me to be the medium to take their message to the world. So that is an honor for me. And number three is the jury and IFI to have selected this film so that the world has an opportunity to know the pains that these parents go through, and these children, to know more about these children who can be assimilated through love and accepted into the society. So let me talk a little bit about the film. The film is an awareness film, primarily put together for awareness. It is about the lived experiences of the lives of three autistic children and their parents. We've got people like therapists, special educators, music teachers, all of them speaking through the film to kind of tell all of us what is the reality and how things are dealt with and how the society sees these children. So this is the overall I would say an outline of the film. Yes. I think
Okay.
That summarizes almost everything.
Yes. If you have seen the film, some of you, I have seen the film. It's a good documentary. Now I request Mr. Prithvi sir to speak something about his film Pinki Elli. Where is Pinky? It means in English, Pinky kahan hai? So sir, can you something?
Good morning, everyone. So Pinki Elli is a social thriller set in Bengaluru. Now, many people have asked, because many have watched the film since yesterday, they have been asking if the whole story is real. It's not. It's a complete work of fiction. Only the opening incidents, the idea of the baby being rented out for begging, that's the only reality in this film. That's what we have taken from real life. And everything is fictional. The whole script is, it's a work of imagination. And because the film is set in an urban setup, and because I wanted to have the film in a realistic look, we shot the entire film on location in the city of Bangalore. And most of the actors, with the exception of Deepak Subramanya, who is here with us, and Akshata Pandopura, the lead actors, apart from these, all others are either first timers or non-actors. And we have shot the film completely handheld. Every single shot has been shot handheld. to give that realistic, gritty look, which I was able to accomplish in this film, because in Railway Children we that was our goal, but we were able to accomplish only 60-70% of it. So yeah, it's an urban thriller. It's I mean, while the film focuses on a missing baby, the story is about the characters that surround the baby, not really about the baby. Baby is more like a I don't know
Behind
the right.
the scene.
Yeah, it's a prop in a way. I mean, it's not really a prop, but that's not the focus of the story. The focus of the story are the characters that come and go surrounding the baby. So that's about the film. And with me today is Gunjalama. She has played a role in the film. She is brilliant, and also Deepak and Ramchandra. He is one of the actors in the film. So I guess that's it to begin with.
So this is the film. Today these films are, and both the directors are basically talking about the children's. He said कि not about the children, but I seen the film. This is चिल्ड्रंस जो भी है 8 महीने का बच्चा है, वो रोल उसमें कुछ नहीं कर रहा है, बट सारी फिल्म के पीछे वही है. तो उनका क्या होगा, इवन जो आपका कमेटी है, दैट दे आर आल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट कि कैसे कैसे क्या होगा. तो इफ़ एनीवन हैव एनी क्वेश्चन, काइंडली प्लीज आस्क द क्वेश्चन वॉट एवर यू वांट. वन थिंग आई विल आस्क सर फर्स्ट कि आपका ये जो फिल्म में ज़्यादातर इस तरह से लग रहा है कि इस रियल काइंड ऑफ थिंग, नॉट कि बहुत ज़्यादा जैसे बहुत बड़ी बजट की फिल्म हो, सारी चीज़ें सिंपल बातचीत हो रही है. जैसे हमारी आपकी आप कहीं भी किसी चौराहे पे बातचीत हो रही है, कोई चोरी हो गई तो थाने की बातचीत हो रही है. इट्स लाइक हम बिकॉज आई एम इन टीवी आल्सो, तो उसमें जो सामान्य किसी घटना का आप देखते हैं उस टाइप का है. तो इस फिल्म को कैसे, हाउ पीपल लव्ड इन लाइक कन्नड़ा के जो मूवी देखने वालों ने इसको कैसे रिस्पॉन्स किया है?
As of now, not many have watched the film, because see, the film premiered in Busan, and then there were other screenings. In India, after Kolkata, this is the I think Jaipur Film Festival. Apart from that, this is the screening that's happening. So very few people have watched the film so far. So far, the response has been very good. Those who watched the film, but then personally, I don't take festival response very seriously, because people always say the good things. So
हमारा जो क्वेश्चन है सर कि मूवीज आर नॉट मेड फॉर द फेस्टिवल. दिस इज लाइक सर ने से अवेयरनेस इशू है, जो ऑटिज्म, जो बच्चों का आत्म केंद्रित जो भी स्थिति है, वो अगर फेस्टिवल में लेना तो दैट इज नॉट द योर टास्क.
true, that's
तो
true.
पब्लिक इसको कैसे लेगी, या हाउ यू आर ट्राइंग टू रीच टू द पब्लिक?
See, there is the idea of theatrical release. I don't know if it is going to happen, and if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. So only then we will know how the general public will react to it. But otherwise, so far, whoever has watched the film online from Jaipur Film Festival or even Goa, IFFI, the response has been pretty good, has been positive. But we will see how the response will be when we release the film.
Like जैसे सुनम्मा, I don't know.
Sannamma. Her role is Sannamma. Her name is Gunjalamma.
Gunjalamma. You have played in role. You understand Hindi?
I will interpret.
Like you have played the role of maid, and very natural, like some simple admi is working on that film. So how she feels like coming in dais, film festivals. How she is feeling now?
ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಮನೆ ಕೆಲಸದ್ದು ಹೋಗೋದು, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇವಾಗ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್? ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ.
ನಿನ್ನೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು ನೀವು ಫ್ಲೈಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು?
ಅದು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ಭಯ ಇತ್ತು. ದೀಪಕ್ ಇದ್ರು, ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನನಗೆ. ಏನು ಭಯ ಬೀಳಬೇಡ್ದಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಕೂಸಿನ ಥರ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಸಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಾರ. ಅದು ಮೆಟ್ಲುಗಳು ಹೋಗೋಗು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನು ಭಯ ಬೀಳಬೇಡಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಮೆಟ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಸಿ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಹೋಗಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರೇ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಾರೆ. ನನಗೆ ಭಯ ಇಲ್ದಂಗೆ ಮಾತಿನಲ್ಲೇ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದರು. ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಪ್ರೇಮಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಭಯನೇ ಇಲ್ದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಶೋ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸಿದ್ರು, ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತೀನಿ?
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಕೈ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರ, ಕೈ ಕೊಡು ಫೋಟೋ ಎಳಿತೀವಿ, ಕೈ ಕೊಡು ಫೋಟೋ ಎಳಿತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಬ್ಬಾ ನಾ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಲಿಂದ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಅಣ್ಣಲಿಂದ ಇದು ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ರೀ. ಎಷ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೂ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಜೋಪಡಿಯವ್ರು ಕಲಿತು ಹಂಗಾಗ್ತದ ಹಿಂಗಾಗ್ತದ ಬೇಡ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮ್ಯಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ಯದ್ರಿ.
So she was scared. She was completely scared, and she came with Deepak actually on the flight. So Deepak helped her at every stage, even the flight, the stairs. I think she's talking about the escalator. Everywhere Deepak helped her. She didn't mention it, but she had told me that before coming here for 3 days she hadn't eaten anything. She was so scared, so she hadn't eaten anything. And yesterday it was she was, I mean, the people came to her, they took photos, they congratulated her. The whole thing is because of Ramchandra sir, she is saying, and she is thanking Ramchandra and me for that.
So
And another thing, just one thing that she mentioned is because she comes from she said Jopdi means slum. People had scared her even more. They had told her different things, not to go, and all those things. Now she has some courage and she is comfortable.
Deepak Subramaniam is also here. Would you like to add something, sir? Please just take mic.
Hello. Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank everybody in the
सर
room.
सामने आ जाइए तो अच्छा लगेगा लोगों को.
मैं खड़ा भी हो जाऊंगा. सही
Yes
है.
sir, yes sir.
ठीक है. So thanks all for being here today. Summation of what I want to say is that as an actor, as a traditional actor, you always try to work on your craft, and you get so involved in your craft that you sort of lose touch with the fact that it has to be in the moment. In this film, I got a chance to work with a lot of non-actors. As Prithvi mentioned, there were only 2 actors in the whole setup, and all the rest of them were real people. And it was supremely engaging to be devoid of this idea that I'm an actor and there's something else at play, and just to be submitting to the real moment at that time. And if you watch the film, I think most of you will agree that Gunjalama has done a stellar role. And I hope that someday if I'm given a role that diverse, I'll be able to pull it off, because my background would not be anywhere close to that. So I congratulate her and Prithvi sir and the rest of the team. Thank you so much.
Now I request the gathering can please ask some questions if you have any. Yes.
So my question is to Mr. Sridhar
Yeah.
for In Our World.
Yeah.
I would like to ask a very basic question. What was your inspiration behind making this documentary? Is there any personal attachment that you felt and that inspired you to make a documentary for this? Thank you.
Actually, it was not a personal attachment, but I would say I'd like to highlight this. A music teacher who comes home to teach my children piano, in one of those conversations said that he teaches music to special children. So that made me curious to understand how music works on special children, the impact of music on special children, which led me to meet their parents. I went and met their parents, spoke to them, understood, and by the time I was talking to them, I realized that there was so much of apathy towards these children, so much of discrimination happening towards those children. There was so much of misunderstanding in our society towards this particular condition called autism. They were finding it difficult to get admission in schools. They were finding it difficult to kind of go down and play, because the other parents would move their children away from these children, fearing the fact that this child might harm their children. So there were so many misconceptions that clouded this whole condition called autism. That's when I felt that music is only a very minor part of this whole journey, and I wanted to kind of take their message, whatever I heard while talking to them, to the world, so that the world understands that, you know, this is something which is normal. They're just different from you, but they are normal people. They are also looking for love. Their most difficult thing for them is to communicate. They cannot communicate like us. Doesn't mean that they are meaning harm. So that is the moment when I felt that I should do something so that I can be the messenger for these people, for these children, for these parents who are struggling to bring out this message, to tell the world that we are normal people, we have normal children, it's okay, we are just different. So that's what inspired me to do the film.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, sir? Yes.
ಪೃಥ್ವಿ, ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಕೇಳಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈ ನಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಇದು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸನ್ನು ಇಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಸಾರಿ ದೀಪಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು ಅಕ್ಷತಾ ಅವರು ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೆ, ಬರೀ ನಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸನ್ನೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಸಿನಿಮಾಗೆ? ಅದೊಂದು ಪ್ರಯೋಗನ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ?
The question is, I will first interpret it in English. The question is, what was the necessary to mix actors with non-actors? Couldn't the film have been done with completely non-actors, with apology to Deepak and Akshata? ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮಗಿಷ್ಟೇ, ನಾನು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಪುನಃ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ದುಡ್ಡು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಆ ದುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡೋದು ನಾವು, ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನಮಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈಗ ಈ ಆ ರೋಲ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಆಡಿಷನ್ಸೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅವ್ರನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಆಡಿಷನ್ ಬಂದು ಅವರು ದೀಪಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆನೂ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಇದೇ ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ, ಈ ಪೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋರು ಯಾರು ಈ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದವರು ನಾನು ಫ್ರೀ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋರು ಯಾರೂ ಇರೋಲ್ಲ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲೋ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರಲ್ಲೋ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋರು ಇಲ್ದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗೋದು ಸುಲಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ನಾನು ನೋಡುವಾಗ, ಒಂದು ಮಿಡಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಸೇ ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇರೆಯೂ ನಾನು ಆಡಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ.
ಉಳಿದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ
ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದ ಮೈ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್. See, the idea is you have a budget and you can afford to pay something to actors and non-actors when you're making a film. And when you are looking for, let's say, people like Deepak, somebody who has to look like an educated middle class or upper middle class, people from that background, then there is not a lot of talented people who are jobless or who are looking to do this. Either they are professional or they are into something else. Either they are professional actors who want to act, or if they have talent, they are into something else. They are working professionals. They don't have time to come and act in a film like this for a small pittance of money. They can't take leave for 10-15 days and work with us. So yes, I did audition non-actors also for these few roles. But in the end, you always end up with actors, professional actors, because they have talent and they have time. Others don't. So that's what happens. It's just a system. Budget, I would leave it to the producer.
ಸಾರಿ ಟು ರೈಲ್ವೆ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ನ ಕೊನೆಯ ದೃಶ್ಯನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಇವರು ಯಾರು ಆ ಮಗು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಮಗು, ಅದೇನೋ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಇದು ನಡೆಸ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಗಿವ್ ಏನು ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಕೇರ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯಾವುದೋ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಜೊತೆ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅದೇ ಥರದ್ದು ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು?
ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್. ಅದು ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಏನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಾನು ಸಾಥಿ ಅಂತ NGO ಇಂದನೇ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು, ಕತೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಸೇರಿಸಲೇಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊನೆಗೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, ನನಗನ್ಸಿರೋ ಕತೆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಷ್ಟೇ. ಅವಾಗಲೂ ನನಗೆ ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಇಬ್ಬರ ಜೊತೆ ಬೈ ದ ವೇ ಈ ಫಿಲ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ 3 ಜನ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ರು ನೋಡಿ, ಚೇರ್ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಗಿ. ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಚೇರ್ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ. ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಚೇರ್ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನನಗನ್ನಿಸು ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ choices to the act, to the characters, and something that they can that will pose a challenge to the characters, and they can make the choice and then take it to the right conclusion. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. So the question was, in my film Railway Children also, there in the end the child goes to an NGO. Actually that's not a government organization, that's an NGO. And even here towards the end, in the fourth act, I call it as fourth act, in the fourth act the story goes into Child Welfare Committee. So what was the reason behind that? So the answer is, when I made Railway Children, it was a natural thing, because the research, everything came from an NGO called Sathi. The whole story originated from their work, and it had to end there because that was the whole idea with which I began this to write the story with. But in this case, it was at every stage it was a research. For example, even when I took the story to the slums, I didn't know what to do there, and then I approached a few people who had worked with slum people, and then they told me about this profession of turning the soil dirt into gold, or getting the gold dust from soil, all these things. So I developed that part. And how do you conclude a story? When I was researching, I wanted to explore the Child Welfare Committee. What was the option? I don't want to generally end a story on third act. I want to take it to the fourth act. So for the fourth act, when I approached the Child Welfare Committee, I realized that there was a conclusion. There was an actual conclusion to the story, something that I could give a twist and also take it forward meaningfully. So that's how it happened. And those who have watched the film, of the three members of Child Welfare Committee, the one in the middle, the chairperson who played the chairperson, she is actually an ex-chairperson of the Child Welfare Committee. So it helped in both ways, both with research and also with an actor.
Anything else? कोई और? सर आप कुछ पूछ रहे थे?
ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನು ಮೂರನೇ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್.
ಮೂರನೇ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್? ಓ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ is this my first film? No, this is my third film. Sorry? Happy? You are never happy with your film. You are never satisfied. Even if your film wins an Oscar, you are never satisfied. That's for sure. Even if your film becomes a commercial success, you are never satisfied. And I see a lot of mistakes in my films. I mean, I have mentioned it. No, I see, when you see, some directors may say it openly, others may not. Every director knows that his film is full of mistakes. Every director knows this. He may say it or not, that's up to him. Because some people are, not everybody speaks openly about these things. I have made a lot of mistakes in my first film, and I continue to make more mistakes in other films. And there is no such thing called as perfection in films, that I will tell you. If you think that there is perfection, or if somebody is a perfectionist, that's garbage. That's garbage. That doesn't exist. Every film is full of mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. That's what films are all about.
Any other question, sir? So now we can conclude, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Look, I think most of you have not seen the film, so that then. Okay.
I'd like to take this
Yes,
opportunity to thank a few people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my crew, Nishant Gala, P.S. Jayhari, Rahul Parve, Thanesh Unikrishnan, Vishal Ghadke, Nikhil Kakuchan, Amit Kuradia, Shailesh Satyashilan, and Ansh Rajput. And I would like to thank our communication partners, Nandini Sharma and Avad Agarwal from Autotelic. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank my family as well, whose prayers and support has always been with us. And I'd like to, over above all, I would like to thank those children who worked with us to make sure that this became a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Okay, sir.